Do you think the 9/11 families want to see a circus? Do you think they appreciate the fact that an al-Qaeda killer and his lawyers will get to spew all kinds of anti-American propaganda because that's what's going to happen? Well, I'm an oracle. Scott Fenstermaker, one of the lawyers representing an accused al-Qaeda killer, says the terrorists would explain in court why 9/11 happened and give their assessment of American foreign policy. Oh, I can't wait. With us now is Mr. Fenstermaker. Now, if the anti-American stuff dominates the trial, which it has to on your side, the defense, don't you think the 9/11 families are going to suffer hearing this kind of garbage?
Well, I don't necessarily think that their defense is going to be anti-American. I think it's basically going to be a justification defense.
A justification for murdering 3,000 civilians? That's a pretty tough nut.
Well, I think that the jury decides whether they've murdered 3,000. Well, first of all, I don't think it's 3,000 people. I think it's less than that. But however many it is, I think the jury decides.
Do you think there's any justification on earth to kill thousands of civilians who go to work in the morning? Is there anything to justify that?
I'm not the person who's going to be making that decision.
You're the lawyer. I mean, you're going to be asked that question. Surely you're going to be prepared to answer it.
Well, as I explained before, I'm actually not going to be representing my client.
But you're working on the team.
That's right.
All right, well, I'll ask it again. Is there any justification on this earth to murder thousands of innocent people?
Well, as I said, the trial is to determine whether they were murdered or not, and the jury is going to decide that.
Are you sitting here as a human being telling me the people on 9/11 weren't murdered?
I'm telling you that the jury is going to decide that. And
no, I want to know what you think.
I'm not going to be a juror in that case.
So you're not going to say one way or the other where you feel those people were murdered.
I'm not a juror. The jurors decide whether.
Now, don't you think people watching you, and millions are right now, Counselor, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, think you're a weasel?
They might. That's fine.
Because I do, and you seem like a nice guy, but I'm saying this guy sitting in front of me doesn't think that these people were murdered on 9/11. When we saw what happened, if he won't say they were murdered or not, he's a weasel.
You said that I said that they weren't murdered. What I said is that the jurors are.
You want me to ask you a third time? Do you think they were murdered or not?
I'm saying that the jurors decide that in our country.
That's a Weasley answer.